record too? Okay, good. Yes. Hi, everybody. It's Deanna with Stitches Quilting, and Luke is with me. We are going to teach you guys how to make the heel block, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, the heel block. The heel block is right over there. It's in the top corner of the Live Well, Live Strong. Oh, I didn't press record on here. Oh, I'm so silly. Let me press record on Instagram too. Okay, you guys. So we are making the heel block today. And for the heel block, it is one of the 26 blocks in the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. This is Luke. My son Luke is going to make this block with us today, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting ready to go to work, and he's got his work uniform on.
I have to have a friend over, too.
Oh, and Luke gets to have a friend over tonight, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got some giveaways for you, huh, Luke? We're going to do some giveaways, right? Let's point. Let's both point at them. Woo! Point! Point with Mom.
Yeah.
Point! Good job, Luke. So Luke's going to go to work, but before he goes to work, we're going to stitch the heel quilt block for you that is from the Live Well, Live Strong quilt. They see, Luke, this is a camera too right there. Do you want to come and lean over so they can see you a little bit? Yeah, there we go. We're in here now. Okay, the Live Well, Live Strong is a pattern that you can purchase from Stitches Quilting. And on Stitches Quilting, you would just purchase the pattern, but with the pattern comes 26 live videos that give you instruction on how to make each quilt block. And then in addition to that comes weekly worksheets. So we have heel weekly worksheets. Let's get to that part of my pattern. The pattern doesn't come in a book. It comes as a download or a paper copy if you want me to mail you one. But the heel worksheets look like this. Look, Luke, doesn't the heel quilt block look like two Band-Aids? Boom and boom. I designed it so it looks like two Band-Aids, and which I think are a terrible amount of fun. And then we want you to make a prescription, write yourselves a prescription for healing. So we're going to do that. That's on one of these worksheets right here. There's lots of heel examples. We have another sheet that has building blocks of healing right over here that has a diagram. All of this is on the blog post too. We also have things to heal. So there's different kinds of things that we have to heal in our life, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Sometimes we might be sick. Sometimes we might be, oh, it looks like that one's, sometimes we might be sad about something. You never know. And then I have a worksheet for you that has you identify, hi Liz, hi Heather, hi Nadia, hi Josephine, hi everybody, it's so good to see you, hi Louise, hi Randy and Vicky, oh my gosh. So there's different heal sources for each one of us. I want you guys to tap into that. So this is a worksheet where you're going to write some things down. I'm going to have you write a heal action plan and to make small steps for healing. So that's kind of all about healing, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, we're having really a lot of fun here. Okay, so the heel quilt block kind of looks, I designed it to look like two Band-Aids that were crisscrossed together. And if you can see up close of how I quilted the heel block, I'll take an up close picture of the heel block so that you guys can see how I quilted it. Louise says that you're very handsome, Luke. Thanks. You're a very handsome guy. He says, thanks, Louise. It's good to see you too live, Nadia. It's so fun. And be sure to try to make any kind of comments or contributions that we can do to whatever you can, so I can see that you're here, because we are going to have a prize and have some people win some things. So I always like to have winners, right, Luke? People that win things, because we have so much in our house, don't we, Luke?
Yeah.
We got a lot of fabric here, don't we?
Yeah. We
can afford to ship out fabric to you guys. So we can definitely ship out some fabric. So stay on here for the whole live video, because by the end of it, then we'll figure out some people who will win. Okay, let's get stitching this block together. Let's go ahead and go to the overhead camera if we can, guys. Thank you. We have Matt here helping us. See, Matt switches the cameras from camera to camera. Okay, that iron is hot. Instagram, I'm going to position you so you can see a little bit more of my workspace. But we're working right here on a design board. You can see I've laid the way that these blocks are. So they're pretty much, we've got this 4 square kind of method going on here with some triangles and these setting triangles. So the 4 setting triangles are 4 triangles that you kind of want to leave towards the last part. Let me bring over the pattern though, so that you guys can see this real fast. Oh, somebody's calling me. We need to decline that call and tell them that no video, that we don't need any phone calls right now. Here's the instructions on the pattern. I try to keep the pattern really visual for you guys. I hope there isn't too much glare. But how we're going to construct this is in these different sections. So let's go ahead and break out on our design board how we are going to actually construct this block. So we're going to construct it as particular units. Luke, do you like the colors of these blocks?
Yeah.
I like them too. They're some of my favorite colors for heel, because heel means a lot to me. I like to heel from whenever I get sick or things like that. Okay, so here's one section right here. So you see this section? We're going to stitch together this portion right here and then set on this setting triangle, okay? Same thing on this side over here. We're going to stitch together this section right here. The videos are all on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So the Instagram video does not last, it only lasts for 24 hours. The Facebook and the YouTube videos last for the entire time. So we've got some people from Wisconsin. You guys, we actually, Luke, did we get any snow today? Or we got rain today?
We got rain. Yeah.
Oh, Liz says hi. We ought to get Matt in the video too, huh? Okay, so let's get stitching here. Let me make sure that my camera is on the sewing machine. So I am going to, before we go across, I'm going to stitch together this section right here. Okay, so I'm going to put right sides together and I'm going to just stitch these together, and I'm going to kind of do this to the same section over here. So I'm going to kind of try to string piece some of this. So let's go ahead and go over to the sewing machine view. Do you see how the camera switched, or it's switching, Luke? To the sewing machine view. Here we go. Okay, so you can see I'm using a 1/4 of an inch seam here. And let's go ahead and, did you guys see that some people have got some finished blocks? So it rained there in New York City. Yeah, we got I'm so grateful for the rain right now, that we're not going to be vulnerable to any kind of fires, hopefully, and things like that. So as much as it might be disappointing to have some rain going on, it is nice to see the rain happen, so that then we can go ahead. Oh, that didn't trim too well. Oh, I remember that. Okay. So it might be disappointing, but boy, my flowers in my yard are soaking it all up. Let's go ahead and bring this over so I can press it over on the overhead camera. Whoops. Sorry guys, I just flipped you down on Instagram. So let's see here. It is Elizabeth, it's sticky there in Houston. Luke was born in Galveston, Texas. So I remember Houston, and we lived 5 years in Galveston. That's where 2 of my boys were born. So it's pretty fun. I really enjoyed all my years down there in Galveston, Texas, and in Houston, and all that time that we spent. Okay, so now I have these 2 sections right here sewn, and these 2. So let's sew this other section of this. Alrighty, here we go. Hi there, you guys. It's so good to see everyone online. Hi, Delinda. It's so wonderful. So the blog post is live. If they say that they'd like the heel worksheets, Matt, will it send them the heel worksheets or the blog post?
It should.
Okay, so
worksheet heel discussion.
Okay, so it should send you to the heel blog post. If you want the worksheets, go ahead and request that, and we can go over to the camera, the sewing machine, Matt. Right. But we can go ahead and on Facebook you can request that. On YouTube, it will be in the discussion of the YouTube description. You will be able to see that. So you can see I've sewn on that extra little triangle there. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, Elizabeth says, hi, Luke, how was your prom? How was prom, Luke? Maybe let's go on Luke. Let's have Luke tell us about his prom.
It was good.
Yeah? What was it like?
It was
Here,
good.
we'll turn the camera on.
It was a mutual dance.
Yeah, it was like a church prom, huh, Luke?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody can see you. And who did you go with?
Sierra.
Sierra. Was she a fun person to go with?
Yeah.
And when are you going to see Sierra next?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. What do you guys think you're going to do?
Go see a movie.
Yeah, go see a movie. So we try to keep Luke connected. And who are you having over tonight, Luke?
Darren.
And Darren,
He's one of my best buddies.
He's one of your best buddies. And what are you going to do with Darren, Luke?
We're going to go watch the Warriors game.
Yeah, the Warriors game. Elizabeth wants
against Houston Rockets.
Yeah, Houston Rockets. We're in the finals right now. So it's going to be pretty fun. So people are wondering what movie you're going to watch tomorrow, maybe with, why don't you look up what the movies are? You want to look up the movies? Okay, you guys, let's go back to this, and I'll show you guys something, maybe the overhead camera, and Luke will look up what movies are playing to see what what movie he'll see with Sierra. We'll have to ask Sierra, though, too, although she's pretty laid back. She's really sweet. Okay, so now for the overhead camera, let's look at that one. We are now going to add these setting triangles to this segment right here, okay? So we always kind of want this setting triangle to kind of come all the way off to the edges. So we want this to be one of the last pieces that we add to our blocks. But let me go ahead and put this on so we can go over to the sewing machine. Here we go, and maybe switch to that sewing machine. Here we go. So, yeah, what movies? What movies are you seeing, Luke? What rated movie will you take Sierra to?
I don't know.
Yeah, probably not an R. You won't take her to an R-rated movie, right, Luke?
No.
No, not an R-rated movie. Luke will look up the movies while we do this. Okay, let me press this. Let's go back over to the ironing. Yeah, there we go. So now you can see we've got this segment pressed right here. So that's nice and pressed, and you can see. So I'm going to sew this segment right here, but I'm not going to add these setting blocks. Oh, do you want it? You can turn up the volume. What? Oh, it's the Ugly Dolls. Yeah, they're supposed to be sewing in the Ugly Dolls movie. Hey, Luke, let's show that. Have you guys seen this preview? Here, show it up on the front camera, Matt. Sorry. Here, there's an Ugly Doll movie that's out. That has sewing in it. I want to see the Ugly Doll movie, though. But supposedly they're sewing in that one. Okay, let's see here. So now what we're going to do... You guys were having too much fun here. But let's get back to our tutorial. So what we are going to do... Do we have the baby?
Oh.
Can I have the baby?
Yeah.
Really? I am live, but can I please hold the baby for a minute? Can I hold the baby?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we get to hold the baby, you guys!
Wait, so...
Yeah, is it okay?
Yeah.
Can we hold the baby? Oh my gosh, here's Elizabeth. Yeah, just leave that there. Oh my gosh, we're having a quilty party. Yes, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
You guys, here's the baby. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love her. Should we unwrap her? You guys, I know this video is supposed to be about quilting and healing, but look at her. She's so cute. Let's unwrap her a little bit. Hi, little pumpkin. This is Elizabeth and Ellie. She is my first grandbaby. And Ellie is now, how old is Ellie? She's like 8 or 9 weeks old. Oh, look at her outfit. Oh my goodness. Isn't she so cute? Yeah, you can just leave that there, Nick.
I love her outfit.
We can
Nick.
lay her down, honey. Thank you, sweetie. We get to help babysit because her mommy is taking finals right now. And she's working on her bachelor's degree. Isn't she absolutely adorable, you guys? What does her t-shirt say? It says, Mom and me. Yep, today's a good day for Mom and me because she's working hard to have her education. Okay, you guys, let's talk about the healing. Oh, isn't she cute? You guys, what do you think? She's such a cute little girl, but we could talk a little bit about healing. So for healing, there are so many different sources of healing in our lives that we can access and tap into. I have definitely had to tap into different sources of healing because I've had my own share of struggles and troubles in the world. And I know you guys have too. So, but there are so many different things. We have our faith to tap into, our spirituality to tap into, which I don't normally ever talk about. I try to, as a brand, to not make that be part of what the Live Well, Live Strong quilt is about. But there is also your purpose in life and how you feel about things. There are so many different positive thinking, being able to accept things that are happening into your life. There are so many great things about being, about healing in your life that is just phenomenal. So let's see if we can still make this block. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the overhead camera. If Luke hasn't wiggled it too much, try not to touch that pole, honey. And we'll try to make this quilt block real fast. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, and actually let me tie, put Ellie so she's up against me a little bit better. Let's see here, Luke, would you hold these behind me? Let's see here, let's tie this real fast. Sorry guys, here I guess we can go back to the front camera. I'm gonna just put her real close, right up next to me. Oh, boopers. Okay, let's lean you back. Okay, we're going to do like some low riding sewing machine here. I'm going to try to low ride this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put these two blocks together, and I'm going to just stitch them with a 1/4 inch seam over on the sewing machine. I'll go ahead and put that on for you guys. Got to make sure she doesn't grab much at this moment in time. She is definitely just still learning everything. She's so cute. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to let that stitch out. Sorry. Let me pull that up. Oh, you can go to the sewing machine now, Matt. So we've got this segment right here. This navy blue. Oh, I pushed the camera over. Guys, I'm just a hot mess. But this navy blue and the teal fabric. And what we're going to do is we're going to give away some of this navy blue fabric right here today as fat quarters. So we'll give several to Facebook followers, several to YouTube, and we'll give some to Instagram too. So I just need to know that you guys are there and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll be able to help. So, okay, so let's go ahead and see here. So let's go ahead and look at the overhead camera. Now, what we want to do here, oh, I'm still holding baby Ellie. She's so cute. Oh my gosh, I love her so much. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to press this real fast. Oh, Jake is coming and he says he wants to take baby Ellie. Jake, go wash your hands. That will give me a couple minutes. Okay, so I just pressed this right here. That'll give me a couple seconds. Jake will go fast. Jake just got home from track and field. Okay, so now we're going to, before we sew this triangle to this segment right here, before we sew any of these segments together, we are going to sew these segments right here. So we're going to match up this right sides together right to that, and hopefully our seams are going to match by just making our seams going in the reverse flap order. So let's go ahead and match that up. You guys, I'm so sorry. I just love this baby. Oh, she's just so cute. She really, really is, but we do have to get our stuff done today, but Jake will come and hold baby Ellie for a minute. So we're going to match these seams up with some pins, but there are so many different ways to heal in our lives. Sometimes we have to give ourselves time. Sleep is really good for healing. We need to let our body sleep and kind of renew itself. There's a German word called Ausschlafen. And the German word means to sleep it off. And so that is something that was taught to me, that there's just sometimes in order to get our body to heal that we just really have to sleep and we have to rest. And of course in healthy quantities, but we don't have to do overboard, of course, in anything. We also want to remember that healing is a very slow process. And it takes time. So it takes time to feel the benefits of healing in your life. So let's go ahead and look at this block, what we have so far at the overhead camera. So right now we've got these segments right here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and bring her back over. Such a sweet baby. Oh, she smells so good too. And I'm just pressing right on top of that little design board right there. Oh, she's so cute. Okay, so now let's sew this other segment here. And then we're going to worry about our setting triangles. So you can really do those setting triangles at any time and in any order. So let's go ahead and match this again. I'm going to put a pin here so that my seams are matching up. So, just so you guys know, for the rest of this week, you will be able to find me at the Utah Quilting and Sewing Marketplace. I hope you guys can go. But the Utah Sewing and Quilting Marketplace is here in Sandy, Utah. So let's go ahead and bring it over to the sewing machine mat. And it's a great show that's been going on for quite some time in Utah. And they've got beautiful quilts that are displayed. There's tons of vendors. I think there's over 100 vendors there. I do have a booth that I'll have there I'll have some things for sale and some fabrics, some notions. I'll have the Live Well, Live Strong quilt patterns, some other patterns for sale there at the show. But what I'll be doing is I'm going to be emceeing the stitching showdown. So let's go ahead and just stitch this portion of this heel block. And let's bring this up. Hey Jake, did you wash your hands? Okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead and just lay this all down. Oh, let me see. What is everybody saying? Here we go. We've got, she's so adorable. I know. Yes, I know. They're just so adorable. These babies are. How did they get that way? Okay, so let's go ahead and just, Luke, can you hold that phone up for me, honey? And I'm going to hold up Ellie. Yeah, maybe let's make the legs to this phone fix better. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, and then maybe turn it over a little bit. You're so sweet, Luke. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at what we've got so far stitched. So right here, I'm going to press this again. And I got to be so sweet with her. Here we go. Okay. And let me press this over this way. I'm being very careful with this baby. She's just so cute. Jacob! Matt, do you want to see where Jake went? Or will you take Ellie, Matt?
Yeah.
I feel so bad. Well, maybe you can give her back to me in a minute. She's so cute, isn't she? Matt is a really good uncle and everything. Okay, so let's go ahead and stitch on. Now that we have the rest of this unit all stitched on here, you guys. Let's go ahead. I bet Jake went to the restroom. He bailed out on us. Okay, here we go. So now what we're gonna do. Luke's leaving now too. Luke, what time is it? It's 4:33. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is sew these setting triangles on the outer corners. So yes, Dolores, it really is fun. I'm so sorry this is so distracting. But what ideas do you guys have about healing? I tried so hard to have this quilt block be designed. This quilt block finishes at 8.5 inches squared, but I tried really hard to have this quilt block be designed like they were 2 Band-Aids, because sometimes healing can be tough, but it can also be simple. We want to make sure we're going to our doctors and getting the health care that we're needing. We want to make sure that we slow down and say no to things. So I'm going to bring this over to the sewing machine and we're going to stitch on those 3 setting squares. So let's go ahead and bring that over. Here we go. Isn't baby Ellie just so sweet and quiet? You guys, she is just such a sweet little baby. I tell you. Let's see, which way are these seams going? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just stitch this right across at that 1/4 inch mark. We want this block to finish off at 8.5 inches square. So, so we're wanting to aim for that. When we get finished with this, we're going to see what our sizing is like. And let's make sure you guys can see the sewing machine right there. Whoops. For Instagram and Facebook and YouTube are looking good. Did you find Jake, Luke? Okay, let's go ahead and see this. So we're stitching that on with that 1/4 inch seam. So that way when we finish this block, whoops, let's bring that up again. That way when we finish this block, you're gonna, these setting squares are going to set off all of the edges. Now, if you actually were able to piece this exactly at that 1/4 inch mark so that you can see, most likely the seams will be enveloped in when the block is attached to the other blocks next to it. So, I mean, you don't necessarily have to do this where these setting triangles are done on the edge, on the outside edges. So let's go ahead and bring this, how about over to the overhead camera real fast. Let's press this down and over here and like this. Okay, there. So I think we've got our heel block pressed. We're going to lay this down on the cutting mat. And we are going to look at how this looks. This is something that when I use spray starch, I like to be using spray starch that is actually on my ironing board. I don't like to use it on my ironing mat, but I can definitely see that this is 8.5 inches square. So we've got this precisely the right size here. So I'm really pleased with that. Let me see here. So yeah, we've got it right at that 8.5 inches square, but I want to be able to spray starch this. And I use some of Mary Ellen's Best Press. And I don't really want to square this up perfectly without doing some spray starch. So Matt, let me go ahead and have Ellie back if that's okay. And we'll go back on the main camera. So for on Facebook, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and request the worksheets. So the worksheets for the heel quilt block, you're going to want to request those on from Facebook. You can do that through your comments and things like that, and you just say, send me the worksheet for heel, or whatever you want to say. If you would like the worksheets, it will take you to the blog post that we did for this week that is all about healing. So this is the heel quilt block, and healing is definitely important and something that we want in our lives, but it is something that we want to do with time and with gentle steps. It's not something where we just put a full force of energy or like we plug in a huge voltage and shock ourselves to heal. Healing is something that has to happen over a small period of time with gentle steps and small things that are happening. So be sure. Oh, we lost a little bit of that camera, Matt. We'll see. Oh, here, maybe you can flip it to the overhead. Let's see, it'll come back on. Hang on for a second, you guys. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so, but it really is a good block. We have got the most wonderful techniques that are in the worksheets and that are on the blog post. So you'll want to go and visit that, download the worksheets. For those that have actually purchased the pattern is $29. But when you purchase the pattern, it comes with all the live videos, the worksheets, and everything else. For those that purchase the pattern, you'll directly get a link to the worksheets and to the blog posts and to the videos and to everything else. So I just want you to know that happens. So and on Instagram, you can access everything through my link in my profile through that right there. So you guys, I've had such an amazing time. We are on the 12th week of this quilt. What will happen is we are almost halfway through. Next week we'll be halfway, but once you make your heel quilt block, you're like almost halfway through. We've got one more week to go. But what I want you to know, I think Ellie is maybe going to start discovering her hands. Do you remember when babies discover hands? Isn't that just one of the sweetest things? I think she's working on that a little bit. So, but let yourself, just like how a baby would grow step by step, when there's something that happens in our lives that is really traumatic or hard, remember that it takes step by step to heal yourself and to make things better once again. And as women, we need to be careful that we're always trying to take care of ourselves, that we've got positive thinking, that we let go of things, that we're not doing too many things, that we are exhausted or those types of things. So as Ellie is growing, just little tiny steps, she is definitely growing. So let me go ahead and declare the winners. Let me see here. I could probably, okay, well, let's get our people that are on YouTube right now. We've got Crystal Davidson. Is that what that says? So we've got Crystal Davidson.
Christy.
Christy Davidson, okay. And we've got Liz Boyce. And we have Alma Rast, and which is Dolores too, over on Dolores Hurley. And on Facebook, let's find some people on Facebook. So the reason how I can see how you guys are on is if you're making comments. I love it when you share the videos. This is really quite the conglomeration with Luke here. He's getting ready to go to work right now. And then baby Ellie in the video. But what fun surprises. I wish all of you guys were stitching with me. If you guys can come to the quilt show here in Utah, please come, because I love to see you guys and I love to just be with all of you guys. So let's get to the Facebook winners. So let me pick 3 people there, and then we'll pick some people on Instagram. And I'm sorry, I'm going to have to lean forward to get those. So I know I have such a cutie pie helping today with baby Ellie. She is so sweet. Okay, so why don't we do Mary Kennedy Hentz? Is that the last name there?
Yes.
Okay, Mary Kennedy Hentz. So let me do that. I wonder where Jake went. Who else do we have on Facebook? Let's see, we've got Brenda Pearson. So let's go ahead and go with that. And Matt's kind of scrolling so I can see more names on there of all the people that are saying stuff and doing things. Let's see here. Do you see a good name, Matt? Let's see here. How about Pauline Slyman? Let's do Pauline. I haven't, there we go. So Pauline Slyman. Okay, now Instagram, I'm going to pick up the phone for that. Let's see. And I will just announce those names. Let's see here. And we're doing a fat quarter of this beautiful solid navy blue. So I'm trying to keep her head up. But this beautiful solid navy blue is what I'll be shipping you. Elisa is my person that helps me. So yes, I would love to have you guys come to Utah. So let's see here. Oh, baby Ellie's getting a little worried. Let me lay her back in my arms. I'm sorry, honey. I'm so sorry. We're multitasking, aren't we? Is Grandma multitasking? Let's put that in there. Okay, let me just find some names. Oh, Elizabeth. Let's have Elizabeth on Instagram. And how about Beck? I think it's, oh dear. Okay, let's do Basket Craze. It's BSKTCR8Z. Oh, she got the binky. Elizabeth, do it. And let's do J Dottie 62. Okay, so those 3 winners. Let me just write that down real fast before I forget. So J Dottie, Elizabeth, I remember Elizabeth, and then the basket. So there we go. Okay, you guys. So Elizabeth and I, we all hope that everybody can take steps closer to healing this week, and whatever you're struggling with in life, remember to use the hashtag when you're sharing the quilt. Live well, live strong. And also remember to join our Facebook group of Everyone Can Quilt. And that's where people are sharing all of their images and their pictures of the quilting for the Live Well, Live Strong as they're piecing their blocks together. It's a 6-month sew-along, but I will constantly repeat the video over and over and over. Not the video, the sew-along. So wherever you pick up, you can just work on those blocks. But I will once again keep repeating this over and over week by week. And it looks like she's kind of smiling again. So you guys have a very good week. You're going to see me live more on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, because I'm going to be doing the Stitching Showdown over at UQSM, the Utah Quilting and Sewing Machine Marketplace. On Thursday, they're having a contest of high schoolers that are going to be quilting a quilt, and they're doing a competition to see, what the quilt turns out to be. On Friday, they're going to be doing that with some other women teams, so some other quilting teams. So last year they did some long arming teams too. So you guys have a really good one, and we will see you a little bit later.